There's an ancient Greek myth about a king named Sisyphus. He was condemned by the gods to an eternity of hard labor. His task was to push a massive boulder up a steep hill, but as he neared the top, the boulder would always roll back down, forcing him to start over, endlessly repeating the same futile task over and over again. This was his punishment for eternity. This story is often used as a metaphor for the human struggle against the seemingly insurmountable adversities that life throws at us. Sometimes, like Sisyphus, we might feel that we're caught in a cycle of struggle, pushing our own proverbial boulders up a hill, only to watch them roll back down again. Albert Camus, a 20th-century philosopher, introduced a novel interpretation of the Sisyphus myth. In his essay, The Myth of Sisyphus, Camus uses the tale as a metaphor for the human condition, arguing that life can often seem absurd and devoid of purpose, just like Sisyphus's endless toil. But Camus doesn't leave us in despair. He suggests that, despite the apparent futility of his task, Sisyphus could still find contentment. Sisyphus, Camus suggests, could achieve happiness by accepting his lot and embracing the struggle, finding meaning in the journey rather than the destination. Like Sisyphus, we too face our own struggles, our own boulders that we must push uphill. These boulders can take many forms: the loss of a loved one, a career setback, a debilitating illness, or mental health struggles. These adversities can feel overwhelming, like a steep hill that we're forced to climb over and over again. In these moments, it's natural to feel a sense of despair, a feeling of being stuck in a cycle of suffering, with no end in sight. But the perspective offered by philosophers like Camus can serve as a beacon of hope. Camus teaches us that we can find meaning, even in the midst of suffering, that the act of persisting, of continuing to push our boulders uphill, is in itself a testament to the human spirit and our capacity for resilience. When we accept the struggle and commit to moving forward regardless, we are taking a stance against the absurdity of life. We are claiming our own narrative, asserting our own purpose in the face of adversity. This, according to Camus, is how we find joy and fulfillment. It's crucial to acknowledge that mental health struggles are complex and deeply personal. No two experiences are the same, and what works for one person may not work for another. But philosophy can provide us with a broader perspective, a wider lens through which to view our experiences. Many philosophical traditions, from Stoicism to existentialism, teach us that suffering is a part of the human condition. These philosophies don't diminish the reality of our struggles. Instead, they help us navigate them. Stoicism, for instance, teaches us about the dichotomy of control, urging us to focus on what's within our power and to accept what isn't. This mindset can be particularly helpful in managing mental health, reminding us that while we may not control our circumstances, we can always control our responses. Existentialism, on the other hand, emphasizes the freedom and responsibility we have in creating our own lives. Even in the face of suffering, existentialists argue, we can assert our agency and find meaning in our actions. Understanding these philosophical perspectives doesn't negate the need for professional help or invalidate our experiences. Instead, it can provide a comforting narrative, a way of making sense of our struggles and the world around us. These philosophies teach us to embrace the struggle, just as Sisyphus did, and to find joy in our journey, even when the hill seems too steep to climb. There's an undeniable power in shifting our perspective, in choosing to see the boulder not as a punishment but as a challenge to overcome, to see each step uphill not as a fruitless endeavor, but as a testament to our strength and resilience. As we confront our adversities and navigate our mental health struggles, We can turn to philosophy for comfort. We can find solace in the knowledge that others have grappled with the same questions, the same struggles, the same existential angst. In the words of Albert Camus, "In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer." Regardless of the boulders we're pushing, the steep hills we're climbing, we can carry this quote close to our hearts. Every step we take uphill, every struggle we endure, every challenge we overcome, strengthens the invincible summer within us. Each push against the boulder, no matter how small, is a victory, a testament to our resilience. This is the essence of our journey, from despair to hope. Like Sisyphus, we keep pushing, we keep striving, we keep climbing, not because we seek the end of the journey, but because we find meaning and purpose in the journey itself. Let this be a beacon of hope as you navigate your own mental health journey. Remember, it's not the destination, but the journey that shapes us. And as you make your own way uphill, remember that within you lies an invincible summer, ready to emerge in the depth of winter. So, carry on. Keep pushing. Embrace the struggle. Find your invincible summer, because the human spirit is strong, resilient, and capable of turning despair into hope.